In this video, we're talking about how to answer the interview question, why do you want this position? Or it might be asked like, why are you interested in this position? In addition to the other question, tell me about yourself, this question is almost guaranteed to get asked in almost any interview. The interviewer is gonna want to know like, who are you? Why are you here? And they're also going to want to know like, why are you interested in this position? Like, why do you want this job? Why will you be, a good addition to our company? So this is one of those questions that you really want to prepare for before any interview because it's almost guaranteed to get asked. So let's walk through some mistakes to avoid and also tips for how to answer this question. So in terms of mistakes to avoid, talking about salary or benefits in answer to this question is usually not recommended. Obviously, like salary and benefits are super important in terms of getting a job. It might even be the reason that you want the position. But if an interviewer asks you, why do you want this job, and you respond, well, it pays good, or, I want to make money. It's typically not received very well by interviewers. Rather than talking about the money or the commuter benefits or whatever else, you would be better off talking about other things like the mission of the company or how it aligns with your skills or your experiences from the past. So just a heads up that talking about compensation and benefits and answer this question usually isn't received very well by interviewers. The second thing is just sounding bored and uninterested. So everybody wants to work with coworkers that are like actually excited and happy to be there. We've all probably had experiences where you work at a company and people don't really want to work there, and it's kind of a bummer. So if an interviewer asks you, like, why do you want this position? And you're like, like, it's a good opportunity, I guess. Like, that's just not going to come off very well to the interviewer. You want to have, your shoulders back. You want to be smiling. You want to be bright. You want to be excited. Because that's going to convince the interviewer, this is somebody I actually want to like, not only have work at our company, but also somebody I want to hang out with. And that actually leads us to the next point, which is, be honest. So if you are realizing that when somebody asks you, like, why do you want this position, you're not excited about it and you are bored, then maybe that's a sign that you shouldn't be applying for that job. And it's probably better to just be honest with yourself before the interview, like, do I really want this job? And if the answer is no, honestly, then don't accept the interview. Just send an email to the recruiter and be like, hey, honestly, I thought about it. I don't think this job is a good fit for me. You'll save everybody time. But if you do want the job and you are excited about it, then this is going to be really easy. You can really just think like, why am I excited about this job? Are you excited about the culture? Are you excited about the people, the mission? Is the company really successful? Is it working on something really important? Is it a good opportunity in your career? All of these things are like, fun, cool, exciting, reasonable things that you could talk about and answer this question. Get excited. We kind of already talked about this. If you really want this position, then the excitement should probably feel natural. And then lastly, make the role seem like your logical next step in your career, given your experience. So this is probably the best way to answer this question. Because if the interviewer gets the sense that, like, this just makes sense, like this person has done stuff that have led up to this, they have good experience that leads up to this, they've wanted this for a long time, that's going to make the interviewer really confident that you're a good fit for this position. So if you answer this question by telling a story, let's say, for example, I don't know, what's a type of job we could think of? Let's just say like lawyer, just for example. Let's say you're interviewing at a law firm. You've just graduated law school, or maybe you're still in law school, and they asked you, why do you want this position? And you explain how, maybe you knew someone personally who was involved in a legal matter when you were young, and that really, shaped your perspective of how law affects people's lives. And so because of that, you studied something related to law or political science in school and you really enjoyed it. You could talk about the classes you enjoyed. You could talk about like maybe the internships or the clubs you were part of that were relevant to law. Maybe you had an internship at a law firm before this position. So as you talk about all those things, the interviewer is getting a sense like, wow, this person like really is interested in law and really has wanted to be a lawyer for a long time. And that's a really good answer to this question. And even if you don't have a perfect background or a perfect story or a perfect list of experience like that, that doesn't matter because you're telling a story. Now, you don't want to lie, you don't want to fabricate anything, but you can pick and choose parts of your experience that sound like a logical story and that has led you up to applying this position. So that's probably the number one tip for answering, why are you interested in this position? Why do you want this position? Come up with a logical series of events that sounds like a story that results in you getting this job. That's going to be the most convincing to an interviewer. So good luck on your interview. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you later.